All right, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick video on why I opened up a restaurant. Why I opened up a restaurant, why did I do this crazy and maybe sometimes dumb thing that I did. And I don't mean it's dumb, it's just, why did I open up a restaurant? And this came up, I'm actually in the process of helping someone or giving them advice on them opening up their food business. They actually worked at my restaurant. They left the state and they're planning on opening up their own business with food in another state, Texas. So, you know, I wish them luck. But this is one question that I've been asked many times, like, why did I open up the restaurant? Or why did I want to open up a restaurant? And I mean, they had a lot of reasons, but they all kind of come down to one. It's like, I wanted to have my own business and I wanted to do something in this business my way. And it's not that I felt that I'm much better than everybody else or anything like that. I just wanted to do things my way for a change, right? Instead of seeing everybody else's vision, all the other owners' vision, I wanted to try my vision and see how I can make that work. With that being said, it doesn't really matter what your vision is in this business unless if you have the right location and you have extra capital. As you know, anything could happen. Like the whole world could shut down, like anything could happen. And in this business, capital is probably number one, and then location, or vice versa. Sometimes if you have a really good location, you can get away with probably not having as much capital as some places. But if your location is not as great, you're gonna need some capital for marketing, and capital kind of hold you onto that location, you know, takes a grab to your audience. So it's definitely a business that one thing I learned is that you need a lot of capital, a lot of extra capital. And bringing that point is funny because when the whole pandemic happened, I remember someone in the radio talking to, you know, the radio personality, and they were saying how, you know, all the businesses are struggling. And so one person was like, the businesses should have at least 6 to 8 months of, you know, of money set aside, so in case this happens, they should be fine. The ones that didn't do that, that's their fault for them not having 6 to 8 months of capital just set aside to be able to survive anything. So the radio personality asked him, okay, that sounds good, so that's what you do with your business? And the gentleman was like, oh, I don't have a business. It's just like, again, I'm jumping off because it's funny how, yeah, you do need capital, but at the same time, you never know when you open up a business how quickly your capital is going to go. You don't know. You could do, I had a business plan and I had a lot of stuff projected and a lot of, you know, worst case scenario and this and that. You never, like, no matter what, I guess I never thought my worst case scenario was not my worst case scenario. The worst case scenario was a pandemic happening and shutting down the whole world. That was the worst case scenario. And of course, my business plan did not have a pandemic. Next time I ever do a business plan, I'm gonna put down worst case scenario is pandemic. I seen it, I lived through it. That's the worst case scenario. It's not you being slow a couple months or a year or whatever, or taking longer for stuff to grab. It's actually being shut down by the government and the city. That's worst case scenario. Like not being able to open up your restaurant, but all your bills still coming in. That's worst case scenario. So for those people that, you know, don't have a business and they feel that a lot of these businesses kind of went out of business because they didn't plan correctly, you never know what could go wrong in a business. You trust me, I'm pretty sure most businesses wish they had a couple extra months of capital just set aside, but you never know. Things break down, things happen. That money that is supposed to be there for a couple months, it might end up going with, you know, one major thing breaking down. You might end up losing a couple months off of fixing one thing, and then next you know, something else happens. Things just, you know, you can't plan for things to break down. You can't plan for a lot of things. So even when you think you have a worst case scenario, it's not always the worst case scenario. It could always be worse. Like I always say that to everybody. Like even right now, it's like it could always be worse. Yeah, but I've seen it worse, and this is interesting. This I know the story kind of took a turn for the other side, but yeah, opening up the business, I did it because I wanted to do it my way. I got to say that I tried it. We'll see in I guess a year and a half from now if I'm still wanting to do this. I mean, I was fine before, I'll be fine in the future. The question is, will I still be doing this for myself, or I'll be, you know, doing this for myself and someone else in the future? We'll see. But I just wanted to answer that question. I know I've had that question asked me a couple times, and I'm usually the best answer. The answer is I just wanted to really basically just do it on my own. And it's not. I work with a lot of great people, and I work with a lot of people that have taught me a lot. And I still reference a lot of the people that I work with. It's just something that I always wanted to do, and I was never going to get it out of my system until I tried it. That's all it comes down to. And I'm just one of those stubborn people that I have to do it. If I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it. And maybe I picked the wrong time, but I would have never been able to predict what happened. But at the same time, this made me much better. I learned a lot, made me a lot stronger person, and it's made me a better chef, and it's made me a better business person in a sense too. And that is it. You leave your comments if you have any comments of why, you know, why you think I guess if you think I was wrong for opening up a business, even necessarily not having all this extra capital, or just, you know, what do you think I'm stubborn, whatever. And if you don't mind, leave a like, subscribe. Definitely you can guys, I really don't share the channel, but you guys can start sharing. I'm much, you know, appreciate it. I don't share too much this channel because of the business, so but whatever, man, it's all good. You guys have comments, I like to have some discussion once in a while. Peace. Later.
Get out of the kitchen right now.